Today is a terrific day because today we can announce certainty for all students, for all staff and for all parents and carers about a return to face-to-face teaching. So thanks to the efforts of all Victorians in driving the numbers down, the updated modelling that we talked about when I was last at this forum, doing that updated modelling for particularly years 7 to 12, and advice from Public Health, we can now announce a return to face-to-face teaching in a staged way, but give certainty to all kids. So this week, today is the first day of Term 4. This week is a week of remote learning for all students other than senior students coming into school for school-based assessments or the GAT, the General Achievement Test. That is an incredibly important test because that moderates students' VCE scores. So it's incredibly important every year, but particularly this year. I can also inform you that there are no schools closed, so we've got a clear run at the GAT, and that will occur on Wednesday. From next week, so from the 12th of October, we already announced that all primary school students, VCE, VCAL students and special schools are open from the 12th. Today, I can add to that, all Year 7s will go back to school from the 12th, and that is incredibly pleasing. We talked last time about the milestone year, that is Year 6. Year 7 is also a milestone year. It's their foundation year in secondary schools. So I'm just so pleased that we've had the advice from Public Health that we can get Year 7s back next week alongside all primary, VCE, VCAL and special schools. For Years 8, 9 and 10, that's obviously 50% of our secondary schools, around 164,000 students. They'll return to school to face-to-face teaching from the 26th of October. And as we have always said, the advice has always been a gradual return to face-to-face teaching. It was always going to be in a stepped way. We were never going to have 1 million students at the same day, same time, returning to school and see that movement of all of those students, all their parents and carers and teachers and staff. So the decision-making, the advice from Public Health team has always been about the movement of people. But there are a number of other reasons why this two weeks works for us. The 2 weeks gives us time to monitor the impact. As we bring back 50,000 Year 7 students alongside all the Years 11 and 12, we have this 2-week period to monitor the impact, both of the return of those students, the increased movement of people, as well as all of the strategies in place at a school level. It is also obviously a full incubation period, so that was part of the advice and the consideration. And lastly, and this is important, as Years 8, 9 and 10 return to face-to-face teaching from the week of the 26th of October, so the last week in October, 8, 9s, 10s come to school. From early November, many senior students are on SWATFAC preparing for their exams. So there'll be the capacity at secondary schools to spread the students out across the campus. So for a whole range of reasons, that 2 weeks works. And at the school level, there'll be a number of strategies in place. So at secondary schools, everyone's wearing a mask. There'll be staggered pick-up and drop-off times where appropriate, so particularly in our larger primary and secondary schools. There'll be physical distancing at the school gate. There'll be a very strong message to parents. This is pick-up and drop-off. It's not dropping off your kids and then having a chat at the school gate as much as you'd love to. It's pick up and drop off. There's restrictions on adults coming onto the school site. So we'll have all of those strategies in place at the school level. But today is a really great day. I want to express my thanks and gratitude to principals, teachers and staff across all of our schools, government, Catholic and independent. They have done a brilliant job right throughout this pandemic. My thanks to parents and carers, and most importantly to the students. This is the light at the end of the tunnel. This is certainty about getting back to face-to-face teaching, which is really important for all of our students, but particularly for those students looking at those transition periods. So Year 6 students going into Year 7, Year 10 students as they start to prepare for VCE and VCAL next year. So a really great day. I'm really pleased that we're able to make this announcement for all students and a staged approach back to school.